Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to SST's online session. Now, in today's session, we will continue with our ongoing chapter of geography, chapter number one, the natural resources. So, here you can see that previous lecture we come to know about what are resources, what are natural resources. Okay, so you can see here that natural resources include vegetation, animals, minerals, water, soil. Now we will move forward and see that human beings also known as the natural resource. Okay, so human beings are also included in the natural resources. So all human beings are not natural resources. Okay, they are part of nature, but all human beings are not natural resources. So here you can see the people of a country involved in various professions. Okay, they are known as the natural human resources. Okay, so here you can see various professionals such as accountant, florist, broker, baker, realtor, doctor, okay, then lawyer, contractors, authors. You can also include farmers, banking sector employees, managers, okay, then teachers, principals, chairpersons, whatever there are, the person with some skills which can contribute to the society and nation. They are known as the natural resources. Okay, so now we will move further. Characteristics of human resource. So when we will call someone a human resource, or how a person can become a human resource. Okay, now education and knowledge. First and very importantly, education is very important. By education, you will come to know about various things. You will come to know about various skills. You will come to know about various sources and their wise use. Okay, creativity. Creativity means to use anything creatively. Okay, so that it can lead to benefit of all the human beings, okay, or for the organization where a person is working. So we have to use our mind very creatively, then we will be called a human resource. Then skill means you must be very knowledgeable, or you must be expert in some special things. Okay, for example, if you are a lawyer, you must be very good advocate. If you are working as a teacher, you must be very capable of explaining all the things. If you are Even if you are a student, you must be very capable of knowing everything. You must have the curiosity to know various things. Okay, you must do something for the people around you. Okay, now health is very important to become a human resource. Okay, so though those are differently abled, they have their different skills developed. Okay, but here we should look after our health, because if we are healthy, then we can contribute more to our society. We can work more hard, okay, physically. So there are some fields where physical involvement or physical role is required. Okay, so you have to be very healthy both physically and both mentally. You have to be physically well, mentally well, and also emotionally, socially. Okay, social values. So a human resource must also have the social values, moral values, we can say, that he must not do the things which are against the society. Okay, because we have to work for the benefit of the society at large, not just for ourselves. Okay, so we should not do such things which will harm the social structure, which will harm the societies. Okay, then wise use of resources. As we know that we have limited number of resources. Okay, their quantity is limited. We have to use these resources, whatever resources are available to us, we have to use them wisely. We must not waste the resources. Okay, that's why we are special, or we are different from other creatures on earth, because we have mind, we have brain. With the use of brain we can use the resources around us properly. Okay, carefully, wisely. Beneficial for the nation. So most important thing which is needed in a human resource, that he or she must be beneficial for the society, for the nation. He must lead the nation to economic growth, to social growth, growth from all sides. He must contribute to the development of the nation, for the betterment of the nation. Now see, there are some now human made resources. So with his wise use of resources, with his mind, with the use of his brain, his knowledge, his skills, his education, man has made various things by using other resources. Now these things are known as human made resources, or man made or human made. So what are various things which are made by the man or the humans? For example, vehicles, computers, okay, electronic products, means of transportation, roads, railways, buildings, whatever there are things which are made by the human beings, they are known as human made resources. For example, human beings know how to made sugar out of sugar cane. Okay, other creatures can't make it. So sugar cane is a natural resource, but sugar is a human made resource. Here you can see the clothes, textile clothes. So how clothes are made? Clothes are made from fabrics. Fabrics are made from natural resource like cotton, silk, now jute. Now these fabrics are also made from man-made products also. For example, plastic, nylon, etc. So means human beings have the brain to use natural resources wisely and to convert them into the usable things, and those things are called the human made resources. Now conservation of resources, as we have discussed that the availability of resources is very limited. That's why we have to conserve the resources. Conserve means protect the resources, save the resources, not to destroy them, not to overuse them, and keep them for ourselves also and for the future generations also. So there is a need, because these are limited in nature. They will exhaust if not utilized wisely. So if we use them unwisely, without any thinking, okay, careless, then they will exhaust soon and we will not be left with any resources. The resources will scarce. The careful use of resources is called conservation resources. So the careful and wise use of resources is known as conservation of resources. And for this only purpose, we require the human resources. So a well-developed human resource, a well-developed human being who have the proper knowledge, proper skills, okay, he can use the resources carefully. In this way, he can conserve the resources. Next, how to conserve resources. So to conserve resources, we must follow three R's. The rule of three R's. First R is for reduce. We must reduce the use of things. Okay, the things we can replace with already available, we can use that and not buy the new one. Okay, for example, here you can see a pot will come of such this amount, but you can, if it got where you have any bucket or anything to plant small trees, you can use them. Okay, if any empty canteen is there, you can use it. You don't have to buy the new one. The reuse. Reuse means there are various things which we can reuse or we can offer other people who need them. For example, our clothes, okay, our books. There are various things, our bicycles, okay. So we can offer them to others or relatives, okay. They can use it. This is called reuse. What is recycle? Recycle means making new things out of old things. Okay. For example, if there are trash, there is trash, there are used cans, metal cans, or plastic bottles. We can use them, sell them to the vendors, okay, who collect these things and they will sell it to the recycling plants where it will be melted and used again as new products. So it will reduce the overuse of resources and wastage of our valuable resources. Then plant trees to save the earth, to save the resources. Plant more tree saplings on special occasions. For example, in on your birthday, you can plant a new tree. Okay, that will be available throughout your life. Okay, it will give oxygen throughout the life. Stop deforestation. We have to stop cutting down of trees for whatever purposes. Walk or ride a bicycle for short distances to save fuel. We can walk to short distances and must not use the motorbikes or vehicles. We can ride a bicycle or we can walk through short distances so that we can save the fuel, because you know fossil fuels are very scarce and very less in quantity. Save electricity and water. So you know water is very limited. So we can use water very wisely. Don't waste a single drop of water. Okay, electricity must also be saved. We can switch off the fans or electric appliances or lights whenever we don't use it or we are moving out of the house. We should close the taps. If you see any running tap, you can close it. Okay, so these are the things which we can keep in mind to conserve the resources. Okay, here is a short look at the various things we have learnt in this chapter. So we will discuss this chapter again through this concept map.